Good morning. I think as with all good things, we'll start with a video.
We live in a world where we measure the things that matter. The full participation of women and girls matters. No Ceilings has collected data on the progress that's been made over the past 20 years and the gaps that remain. Data can tell us the answers. Data gives us truth. It measures horrors and healings. It measures our struggles and successes. It reveals the facts so we can change them. Data gets to the heart of the matter. Data gives a voice when words are not enough. The progress is real, but for women and girls, more can be done by all of us.
I'm thrilled to be here today and grateful to Esta and Wynette for allowing all of us to amplify our voices on these important issues. I was deeply moved at I was lucky to be at the first Open Square Summit to hear Esta talk about both the progress and the challenges over 20 years since the Violence Against Women Act was passed. So it feels particularly appropriate that I'm here to share a little bit with you about a 20-year snapshot since the UN World Conference on Beijing. The No Ceilings Initiative is, its goal is to advance the rights and opportunities for women and girls around the world. It's that simple. Full participation means equal access to those rights and opportunities, the same as anyone else, whether it's health, economic opportunity, or education. And while we've made progress, we are just not there yet. To amplify what the Baroness noted earlier, I'm sorry that we can confidently report at this point that no country has achieved gender equality. Through our data-driven analysis on gender equality, a conversation series, and innovative partnerships, we're building an evidence-based case to chart the path forward to full participation for women and girls in the 21st century. As Ambassador Russell noted earlier, when we invest in women and girls, everyone benefits. And I thank her for her kind words about our report, and we're excited about how her office and all of you can use our data as a tool for your good work. As Bob noted, this year is an important milestone. In September, we will note the 20th anniversary of the UN World Conference on Women in Beijing, a platform at which then First Lady Hillary Clinton noted women's rights are human rights and human rights are women's rights. It was an incendiary statement at the time. In 2015, it seems fairly obvious to us, yet it has not been fulfilled. So our mandate at No Ceilings was to use a data-driven analysis to see how far we had come and how far we still need to go for the full participation of women and girls. So we partnered with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We spent the last year gathering data across all of the issue areas of the Beijing Platform for Action, many of which all of you are familiar with: health, education, economic opportunity, gender-based violence, many more. We also took a look at the laws and constitutions that are in place throughout the world to empower women and girls to determine whether they are having an effect and whether they are being enforced. We had three goals. We wanted to make that database case. We wanted to engage broad audiences to get them to care about these issues through the data. And we wanted to create a call to action to close the full participation gap. So our analysis, the full participation report, as Bob noted, was released in March, along with noceilings.org, an interactive website where you can explore the data and dive into compelling stories of women and girls around the world through visualizations, videos, blogs, and a data mapper that does a country-by-country comparison on a variety of issues. We are proud to have worked with Futures on one of the videos that we show here, which shares the importance of the Coaching Boys into Men program to preventing gender-based violence. We have several videos up on this site for a lot of reasons. One of the primary reasons is that there are some areas in which we just don't have enough data, either by country or because of the stigma associated with reporting or just the complete lack of data. So that was one of our immediate findings throughout this data. So we wanted to be able to share the gains and the gaps that we have made in very visual and shareable ways, including making this data open source and available and tweetable and Facebookable and Instagrammable. And we wanted to make it stark and compelling and engaging to an audience beyond those who worked on these issues every day, to people who just don't think about these issues, and to understand how they impact people, and also to understand these issues are not siloed. They impact each other and they're deeply integrated, whether positively or negatively, and we have to work to close the gap in that integrated manner. I'm excited to share with you, there are a number of tweetable pieces here, excited to share with you the debut today of a new piece of data visualization that goes up on our site today. It's an unfortunate and sobering piece, and it notes right here that more than half of women in 39 countries believe refusing sex, burning food, or arguing are legitimate causes for wife beating. We created visuals like this so you would be surprised and then outraged and then compelled to share them with others and join us to talk about how we change those perceptions and how we change cultural norms. We also have data visualization around child marriage, which we've been talking about throughout the course of the day as being a significant barrier to girls in pursuing their education. So our data in the report has shown that progress is possible. There is some progress that we can celebrate. For instance, maternal mortality over the last 20 years has reduced significantly by 42%. But it's complicated. 800 women still die every day from maternal health issues, including many in the US as well. We have significant gaps. We can discuss them more when we have a conversation. One of the obvious gaps is, although awareness of gender-based violence has increased, still 1 in 3 women globally are victims of physical or sexual assault. Women and girls are still more vulnerable to violence, and you all know the challenge is compounded by economic insecurity and insufficient legal protections. We know that advancing the status of women and girls is the unfinished business of our time. We know progress is possible, but there is so much more to do. So to guide our efforts forward, the day after we released this report, noceilings.org, we also released the full participation plan, which gives a roadmap to change for governments, for advocates, for private sector actors, creating 10 policy priorities to allow us to really focus on the areas where we continue to have the greatest challenge in the hopes that we can work together. And we at the Clinton Foundation, using our convening power, are going to create innovative collaborations to identify some of the areas in particular where we can work to close these gaps. So we released this report in March, and we had a fantastic event and a number of great global women leaders and some very local women leaders. And we heard the story of Shabana Basij Rasik, who is a 25-year-old woman who started a school in Afghanistan for girls. When she was ready to enter elementary school, she was prevented by the Taliban from doing so. So she had to attend school in secret. She told us on March 9th at our event, "My father used to tell me when I was scared or tired and I wanted to give up, education is the only thing that no one can take from you." And that she carried with her to school here in the US and then to create her own school. So inspired by our data, knowing that secondary education is still a challenge for girls, and inspired by passion like that, we partnered with the Brookings Institution on one of our first collaborations, which is called CHARGE, the Collaborative for Harnessing Ambition and Resources for Girls' Education. We've collected more than 40 partners, NGO, government, and private sector partners, to pledge more than $600 million to look at and address some of the challenges to ensure girls receive a safe, quality education. We are excited about moving forward with that partnership. We are excited about moving forward with others. We're really excited about sharing this data with a variety of different audiences to make them understand progress is possible. We have so much more to do, and we need everyone involved in that effort so we can finish this unfinished business and make full participation a reality in the 21st century. Thanks.